for sure.
Actually leads nice into my next question. I've always been curious about religion and gangs. Just like what what was your perspective growing up, and then how prevalent is religion in what you experienced, at least? Like, are there, you know what I mean? Like do they like believe in God, or like what's kind of the what you heard?
Oh yeah.
I'm like
So
curious.
God's most definitely believed in. Now the understanding of God may change case by case. And I'll say this because I grew up Catholic, and I'm now I'm a Baptist minister. And I don't have nothing wrong with the Catholic Church. It's just the way how my journey went through.
Yeah.
But so in particularly Black communities, and I think other communities said it too. I hear it more in Black communities, especially those who are around gang violence or drugs and stuff like that. You hear this term a lot, like I'm fighting demons.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm pretty sure you heard it somewhere, right? Yeah, like I'm fighting demons, or you hear it in rap songs and hip hop too. Like, and it's a real thing. Like people, they may not be able to fully communicate theologically what they mean, but to some extent they know what's good. They know there's spiritual demons that they're fighting against that got a hold on them, and that's dealing with gang violence. Like, you know, it could be that anger that's, you know, want to commit another murder. It could be drugs. You know, like when people say they're fighting demons, like they mean it. And even mentally, like, you know, they can't get out of it because I think about the Legion of Demons in the Gospel of Mark, right? Like again, like even in that story, like those Legion of Demons came from the environment that was going on for that guy. It's the same thing in like gang violence, and not even just Chicago, but wherever, right? Like, yeah, people fight demons.
Yeah.
And sometimes people criticize God because it's like, you know, why am I going through this and stuff? I went through that journey myself. Like, God, why did I go through all this? And I left the faith for a while. And I did find my way back. But like, I mean, people have questions. And the thing is, I've never really seen a pastor in Chicago.
Sure.
And that's not saying that there isn't, just I haven't seen it. Address that or try to meet people where they are in that. I haven't seen a pastor who's trying to minister to the gang members and stuff like that. Every once in a while I see like people do something, but not as like a push like they would do for Black Lives Matter. Yeah. Can you rephrase your question again? I think it was another part there I'm missing.
It was, what did I say? It was it was basically just like, how do they see religion? But
yeah.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to gang violence in Chicago, a lot of people, they may not know it, but they are truly hoping God saves them from their situation. Like they want God to save them from that situation or the gang violence and get out. They just don't know how. They don't know where to go. They don't even know who's the right person to talk to. You just don't know. And I'll even say in Chicago, like the churches, at least again, when I grew up, and it could be different now, since I've been here for a while, but we have this saying, like, you know, if there's 3 churches on the block, 2 of them are hustles, 1 is a real church. And so, and the thing is, you don't know which one's the real one. And so you're saying like, okay, if I see 3 churches on one block, and if I know 2 of them are hustles and 1 is a real church, like the real church that worship Jesus, that, you know, is trying to give people hope and lead people the right way, my chances of choosing that right church is a third. And so I have a 66% chance I'm not choosing the right church.
No, my bad. What do you mean by hustle?
They just want money.
Dang.
Yeah. So like, and it may come from a congregation or the pastor at the time, but they just want money. You know, you see that pastor driving that fancy car, you're like, nope, I ain't going to his church, right? And so you just never know.
Yeah.
And so because you get that, the chances of choosing the wrong church is higher. You just don't choose it all. You just like, I'm gonna walk the other way. I'm gonna not go to that block. I'm gonna go to another block. No, without a church.
Sure.
Yeah. So people desperately want God. They just don't know how to get him.
Would you say people are skeptical of the church then because of that, or?
Yeah, people are skeptical of the church for multiple reasons, and I mean, I think this don't even just get to the Black community. I think this is like just Western culture in general. Like, I mean, the same questions come up of like, if God is so good, why does he allow evil to happen? Or, you know, God hates women, you need to think about current context, right? Like God doesn't like, value women, or if God loved me so much, why he placed me in these circumstances? It's those same questions. And the thing is, they ask those questions or they make those statements, but there's never, again, I've never seen a pastor who can counter or respond to it with humility, with love, and walk that person to see who God is. And even with their statement, what they believe is not who God is. Like I went through that myself. I was like, I used to talk so much stuff about God. I'm like, just like, you have that sibling you would talk, you say the worst things about that sibling on purpose, like, yeah, you was adopted type of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, man, I used to say bad things about God because I was mad at him for like my circumstances. And it took a pastor who was patient with me in Connecticut where I went to college. It took a pastor who was patient with my ignorance for me to like get curious, like, okay, why you got so much patience? Like, now, all right, to talk to me. Why God do this, that. And he walked with me and showed me like, now like, God didn't allow none of that stuff. Like God saved you from your situation actually, right?
Yeah.
But like, that's not how people think. People think that God put them in that situation. They don't look at it as like, no, the sin of the world is why you're there. God is the one who's going to rescue you from that, but they don't know that. And so you think about today where like people like, they want to find a person to preach the gospel to. They want to go to the homeless and stuff like that. Sometimes people look in the wrong direction. The people who really need the answers are sometimes the ones closest to you. Yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think